Ladies and gentlemen, we are very excited to present the draft. This is Spider-Man, Spider Runs. We're back once again with something a little bit different this time. It's not quite a race. It's not quite a tournament. At least not yet. That's still to come. What's going to be happening right now is we're going to be doing a draft. And what that means, you'll figure out in just a second. First of all, though, let's introduce us, shall we? Hello, we are Spider-Man and Willy Fetty here once again to entertain the masses. Fetty, how's it going?
It's going good. I'm actually happy that we're thank you, Nalo, for
Nice.
the chat using my emote. But no, I'm actually excited for this. I think that even though we kind of put together everything within a week and then we put this together kind of within 30 minutes, I'm actually super excited for a relay because we haven't really done a relay, I don't think, ever.
No, at least not like that I've been part of since I've been here.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, we haven't done a relay, I don't think, ever. And then, yeah, it's just gonna be a whole bunch of competitors, and then we have a whole bunch of like new people as well that are taking part, which I'm super excited for.
Yeah, I think that's the
that we
exciting
have
part. A lot of name, hopefully a lot of names that you're going to see doing this are going to be. Thank you for the bits, Aziz. Drafty's nuts, perfect. Thank you so much. A lot of the people, hopefully, you're seeing aren't going to be the same people that you see a lot of the time. We've definitely had since the last. What did we last do on here? Bingo. Last thing we did was bingo, wasn't it? So since bingo, we've got new people who have offered to join in for this relay race. Which I guess we should explain exactly what the relay race is going to be, right? I think that's probably the best place to start initially.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, that's definitely the best thing. So, what the relay race is essentially is we have two teams. Our team captains are Chuck Nicey, which we will go over everyone here soon. That's why we're doing ESPN style, right?
Correct.
Or at least more explanation style, right? But we have Chuck Nicey as a team captain and Stop Jesse as a team captain. We're gonna do marbles to see who picks first. But the main thing is that we have split the game into sections, right? It's a 5v5. There's 10 competitors total. So since we've split it into there's the split
There it
right
is.
there. Since we're doing this on the fly, kind of how we operate the best, really. But so you get to the Bank the Scorpion. These are levels in the game for anybody who's new to the game. The game is separated level by level. This isn't a free roam Spider-Man. This is a linear Spider-Man. And so basically we can separate them into five different things. So whenever one person starts and gets to the end of their level, the minute that split would happen in the speed run, the next person is going to take over and they go, right?
Correct.
And we're going to do is it a best of three, right? It's a first to five, best of three.
Correct.
Think, right?
Yes, that is, I believe. Hold on, I have it written down here all completely. Yeah, so it's a best of 5 race. So at most we'll have 5 full runs of the game. But like I say, it's segmented down to runners have their specific segments that they will run. And yeah, it'd be first to get 3 wins as a team.
Exactly. And really this all comes down to draft placement, right? So we have 2 team captains that have a very similar time, right? They have a very, very similar time. We're going to go over it as we continuously, keep talking about this, let them get some time. You can definitely check out Jesse's stream as well. If you want to pull up Jesse's stream in the background, he has a full PowerPoint explaining his picks and stuff like that. But basically how these picks are going to work, it's not just like, hey, pick the world record holders, you win, or pick the best, pick the best player, right? If we pick Sap, right? If one of them picks Sap or one of them picks Soda, it's not an automatic win, right? Because it is split into sections, and sometimes people have better sections than other people. And that's why the new runners as well, it's very friendly to them because their coach gets to place them exactly where they're going to be running, right?
Yes.
So you're going to be choosing based off of where you want that player to be. And and also between each match, since it is a like first to 3, best of 5, we're gonna if the coaches want to switch where their players are running, they definitely can do that to counter the other team. So it's gonna be a really cool relay. I'm actually really excited for this idea.
Yeah, so I'm excited. The thing I'm most excited for, I think, especially in the draft, is just to figure out exactly what kind of conditions and what kind of thoughts are going into the draft from both captains. I don't know exactly what they're going to be looking for. I guess initially it'll be like, okay, well, who's the first initial best player who can buy? And then based on, I want to see mostly how they react to each other's picks and then how that sways them. If Jesse's got this PowerPoint planned out or whatever, who knows if he's going to get any of the picks really that he's wanting. We'll see, I guess, won't we? But yeah, I'm really excited to see how this kind of lays out. Very excited.
And that's the thing is that in a draft, counter picks are huge, right? Like that's the big thing is that if you know that if you can like kind of guess where your players are gonna fall, then you can actually just counter pick your opponent, right? And that's what's the beautiful thing about a draft is that it's not just going to be, hey, who's your favorite player? Pick them. It's like, hey, I need someone for this level, right?
Yes.
Like, let's say, just as an example, Chuck decides to take you for Get to the Bank and Sap for Police Chase, right? Or like, let's say Venom 2. Well, now he needs someone for Sewer Entrance or Warehouse, and Jesse takes the best player in terms of that. We don't really know, right, where that's going to go.
For sure.
But now you need to counter pick and be like, well, okay, now I need end game or now I need beginning.
Yeah.
Right? Or now I swap Spire into this.
And the other, exactly, the swapping aspect is a good thing to mention as well, is we've given the ruling that in between after each race, essentially, captains can change which splits the runner does next time. So if, for example, I initially started with the Get to the Bank to Scorpion split, next race I might end up being swapped into Venom 2 to Mysterio, for example. So captains have the option of switching and swapping in between races, maybe to better align people with where they think it'd be better, where they were maybe losing time or gaining time to place other people in the right position. So it'll be very exciting. The draft can move and switch around. The teams, I guess, can move and switch around as we progress through the actual race. But that'll come when the actual race comes. For now, we've got to get teams decided. And I think the best place to start, I guess, is let's introduce, I guess, our runners. Probably is the best next place to go. So how do you want to do this? So I've got the runners queued up in the cards, which will make sense when I say cards in a second for everyone. I've got bronze, silver, and gold, all as their own individual scenes, so we can go through and kind of talk through. Do we start with bronze and work our way up, do you think?
I think that's a good idea. Well, I was going to say, let's start with the team captains first.
Sure.
Obviously, so people can know their team captain, right? And then we can start with bronze and explain why we have a bronze, gold, and silver tier. Because it's not us just ranking you guys. Like, I don't want any runners to take offense. It's not just us ranking you as garbage if you're bronze or you're great if you're gold. There's actually a lot of thought behind our selections here. So we can Bolt saying I'm iron. It's okay, Bolt. But like we can go ahead and like kind of just introduce the team captains. Let's start with Chuck. I think that's the easiest one to actually introduce, and Jesse's also talking right now. These are our team captains. It is Chuck Nicey versus Stop Jesse. Team Chuck versus Team Jesse. I'm sure the names as they get the full team together will swap, and it'll be team names, whatever they want to do. The crazy thing is that both of them are emulator runners. So, it is a very and as I said, their times are very close. So it's not like it's not like we didn't pick fair. It was a very conscious decision to put these two up front.
Absolutely, and in fact, they even volunteered. They were like, "Yeah, let's do it." They were all for this. So I'm very excited. Yeah, we got two very seasoned runners, I guess, now in comparison to some of our newcomers. Definitely some seasoned runners here showing up as our captains, but also close in skill level, very comparable in that sense, and only running emulator. I think you'll see a lot of emulator only runners. Which is totally fine, of course. But we have some sneaky hardware runners in there as well, of course.
There are some sneaky hardware runners. There's
Absolutely.
also, and I'm one of them. But there's also some people who can run emulator and hardware. So
yes,
that's
the
also
options are there. Options are there.
But yeah, so Chuck, his best time is 35:16. Don't count Chuck out though, because like I told you, Spyron, I've done a little bit of scouting, right?
Yes.
Like I have a little bit of the scouting report. Chuck is a very smart man. Let's just go ahead and put that first, right? Like Chuck's smart. He knows exactly where his strengths and weaknesses lie. He's not overconfident. I would say the difference between the two is Jesse being my student, right? Is very, very confident.
Yeah.
Right? And then Chuck is more of the logical of the two. That would be in terms of being able to pick everything like that. Chuck is like really consistent. That's the one thing that makes Chuck honestly a threat when it comes to being a team captain, is because he's very consistent and very methodical with how he plays his game, right? And um, I don't know how his runs have been going recently in terms of like if he's even like, picked up the controller and
Yeah,
like dusted it off and been like, hey, I'm back at this. They do have a month to practice. We didn't say that. They do have a month to
that's
kind of
true.
figure it all
Yeah,
out.
the race itself will be
Um,
taking place towards the end of like September.
right. So they have a month to kind of just practice and do everything. But I mean, for me, Chuck is more of he doesn't fold under pressure. He's really good whenever it comes to the mid game, right? And that's like where Chuck kind of shines. But also, like I said, Chuck is a very logical person, and he's very consistent. Like the stress doesn't bother him that much.
Mm,
At least if it does, he doesn't show it, right?
yeah,
It's
that's
one
it
of those things
exactly.
where he is a very consistent runner, and I think that him building his team, if I had to guess, like, obviously we're gonna take a little bit more logical guesses here in the future, Byron. But if he has to build his team, he's gonna build his team a lot more logical than Jesse, right? In terms of, and that's just my pure opinion, right? Because we're supposed to be having our opinions here. I think like Chuck is gonna pick to his strengths and weaknesses versus Jesse picking to his runner's strengths, right? I think Chuck is going to pick to his strengths and weaknesses versus Jesse picking to the runners, right?
Yeah,
So that's my thing. If you want to, talk about Jesse at all.
yeah. To stop Jesse coming in as out of the captain for the blue team, someone who is, like you say, a student of yours, someone who has been around quite a long time, and not probably as many runs as some of our more seasoned runners who have been here like a slightly longer / just as long as him. But he puts in the work, and we know he puts in the work because he is obviously known as the PPC man around our parts. He not one to run any percent very often. He puts himself through the absolute gauntlet of gauntlets in that PPC challenge run. So you know that he's going to come in and maybe actually to the advantage, feeling maybe more relaxed. I mean, any percent is nothing like PPC. It's very, very, very easy in comparison to what PPC is. So I'm very excited to see where Jesse, first of all, where his draft goes, and also where he places himself as well in this. I wonder if he feels maybe more confident about certain sections, having run it in PPC and just like, oh, any percent, oh, easy, yeah, I can do that section, whatever. So I'm
Right.
yeah, very excited to see Jesse, someone again who we haven't seen really run any percent in a long time, similar to Chuck, where his skill level kind of lies at this moment in time, and how we'll see that then develop in the relay race itself.
I mean, most definitely. It really does come down to who I think. Like, it's like it comes down to who they pick first. I think like the first pick and definitely the fourth pick in this race will probably determine exactly how their teams are going to look, right?
Yeah,
Because I mean, like we can. This would be a perfect time for us to transition to our bronze players and kind of explain our ranking system. As you see, both of them are silver web cartridges, right? Um, our boy Dapper and our boy Bolt, they are both new to the scene, right? At least newer. And the thing is that whenever we're looking at these, right, we're looking at times, we're looking at top placements, right? Like if you've held a world record before, and also we're looking at like kind of improvements, right? Um, so we are also seeing from the chat that Dapper has a 36. Congratulations. But the thing is that it doesn't really change the rating that much. It's kind of more of an improvement based, and also more of like how high are you in the rankings? What are your like how many records have you held, and then like what categories you run
yeah,
basically.
we'll get that changed for you. Don't worry, we can change that, I'm sure, later. But yeah, this is, like you say, based off the longevity, the runs that they've done, how many runs they've done, I guess, in general, and then where we've kind of ranked. It's a very complicated algorithm that is definitely very real and isn't just us kind of arbitrarily making it up. So yeah,
Exactly.
this is where we currently have our bronze runners, but we can obviously say bronze runner, and this is the same of our silver runners as well. I wouldn't count anyone out. Anyone can come in here and surprise, especially because it's segmented. If these two go away and absolutely smash some segmented practice, and they just become the absolute bosses of like their segment, then it's anyone's game, right? That's the exciting part. We're not relying on anyone to do full runs. We just want to see those levels that they're good at, and that we want them to smash it. So very excited, yeah, to see our bronze runners come up big in the actual relay race.
That's the big thing, is that even a bronze runner can beat a gold runner if they're better at a section, and they have a month to practice these sections, right? Like, it's not just us being like, hey, the race is tomorrow, get ready. It's like, no, you have a month to actually like coordinate with your captain, see what sections you run in the best, and that, like, basically you're going to be coordinating with your captains, right? They're
Yeah.
going to be coordinating with their captains, and they'll know what to practice. So even a bronze runner could just outshine a gold runner all day,
Oh,
right?
easy.
They
Yeah.
might be able to beat a world record holder if the world record holder doesn't practice right, then they can beat them.
Yeah, we know
And
how
it's just
brutal
that
this game
simple.
can be. One mistake in a race setting as well, especially one mistake that sets you behind like 2-3 minutes, it can be game over almost from that mistake, and you don't want to see it, and it can happen to anyone. So yeah, I'm very, very interested to see where these guys end up and which teams they end up as well, especially.
Most definitely. If you want to, we can introduce the silver runners. I do think that it's more than just Chuck and Jesse Trust. We do have Chuck and Jesse here, our team captains, but also we have Fiesel and Nilo. So if anyone's wondering why Nilo isn't gold,
Yeah, potential
that
controversial choice that actually. Yeah.
it's actually one of those things where I wanted to demote myself and put Nilo there, but after Spyron explained why, why these ranks were chosen, right? Then that's why. I mean, Spyron, Nilo's in chat if you want to go and explain why Nilo is silver.
Yeah, well, obviously we have to take this kind of with a grain of salt. I think silver and gold are almost kind of interchangeable at this like very top end, especially. So I guess Nilo would be like the top end, obviously, of silver, and very much could be a gold. But because I guess we have limited spots, we had to try and limit ourselves to be okay. We can't have everyone gold and then like 2 or 3 people silver and bronze or whatever. We had to lock in at least like our golds. But Nilo being primarily, obviously, as well, not a PlayStation runner, being primarily a PC runner, that comes into account as well. And so we put him in silver just because, well, there's maybe a chance that, he runs on keyboard and whatever anyway, even playing PlayStation, which is a wild concept to me, but that's a different thing. But there's potential there that even the PlayStation runners can get a one-up on Nilo, the best PlayStation runners can get a one-up on Nilo, even though Nilo is 100% one of our best runners in the entire, like, Spider-Man speedrunning scene. Like, that has to be said.
I mean, him being in silver, for anyone who just doesn't like watch any of our content or doesn't know who anyone on this list is, him being in silver, the reason it's so controversial is because I think Nilo could go first. Like, I think he could be first pick.
Yeah, and Nilo, I think, is the sleeper first pick potentially. Yeah, I'm interested to see where he gets picked up.
Because for me, Nilo is better than me. The only reason I rank gold is because of my placements on the board and because of the previous world records held, right? That's like the only difference.
That's another good point to raise as well, actually. Nilo's never held a PlayStation world record as well. So that is also why he ends up in the silver.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate because I do run on hardware, right? Like, I do run on hardware. It's like hardware world records are, like, there's a lot of people who fight for them, right? But it's one of those things where, like, it's just past world records held, your placements now, and all of that. So unfortunately, because so many people run emulator and because Nilo runs any percent, right? It's like that's just where he kind of fell in our ranking. But Nilo is one of the best runners in the community, if not the best runner in the community.
That's true. I guess
that's debatable.
Sort of raises a good point. Asterix in the chat there. He is the 100% record holder. That is true.
That is true.
But any percent specifically, he's never held an any percent PlayStation world record, I guess, to clarify it down more. That's correct.
Talking in chat to Sap, whenever we do eventually get to gold after we talk about Fiesel, I didn't pick these rankings at all. Like, Spyron can back me up here. Like, I was MIA for a week while they were doing this. But I would have given up my spot I definitely think that Nilo should be gold over me. But I understand the logic behind it. Right, like I do get the logic. Once they explained it, I do get the logic.
For the concept of the relay race, it makes sense, I think. So it's not a slight or a knock on anyone. Again, same with that bronze runners. It's not any kind of slight or knock on anyone. It's just for the sake of making the relay race look interesting and having different rankings, and maybe that can play into some storylines and whatever else. So we know you're all good runners. It's no offense to anyone, obviously.
Yeah, everybody's a great runner, honestly, and everybody has their things, right?
Yeah.
So Fiesel, talking about Fiesel, Spyron, you know way more about Fiesel than I do, honestly.
Yeah.
But Fiesel is Soda's friend, right? Correct?
Correct. Yes. Fiesel, a runner who came in off the back of Sotelier, I guess, recommending that he look at running the game, and comes in a really good 32:53 is his current top time, which is obviously better than both of our captains. So very respectable in the very short amount of time that he's done runs, the very short amount of time that he has been running as well, and just in general the little amount of runs that he's actually done. Very, very competitive, and so yeah, absolutely deserves that silver ranking amongst our other silver players here. I'm very interested again. Fiesel, not someone we've seen run recently, I'd say. Once again, similar to some of our other runners. So where his skill level is actually at currently, I don't know. It could be worse than it's currently displayed as, could be better. It's all to play for. That's why, again, the draft is quite exciting, because some people we actually just don't know what they're capable of. So potential sleeper pick.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is like a lot of these are sleeper picks. Like a lot of these are like a couple runs that we've seen, right? Like a couple runs that we've seen probably obviously we've seen their PBs, right? But like how much of that PB translates is really going to be where this is like how much of their skill level is going to be there. But we can go ahead and move on to the gold runners. I'm sure for anyone who's in the community right now, you know who's in gold. I'm sure you are all expecting Nilo to be there as well, right? But we all do know who's in gold. And really, there really is no introductions that I can do to kind of like for this lineup. You know what I mean? Like the gold is a stacked lineup. Me not trying to glaze too hard, right? Like the gold is a stacked lineup. I'll let you talk about me. I'll talk about you. But first, let's talk about Soda and Sap. Soda, probably the GOAT of the Reno the Reno duology. Like, if you don't know, he's still the world record holder in EE, I think.
He is, yeah,
it
currently
might be
too.
Combo, but Soda's the world record holder in EE, and Inter Electro, which is the sequel game to this, and he is the world record holder in 80% no skips, I think too, right? Am I tripping?
I think he holds most of the emulator world records currently. Yeah,
he does. He does. Yep. He almost has the full sweep. He doesn't have hard mode, but he almost has the full sweep in emulator, and he is the first person to break the 27 barrier. He is a 26:59 as his PB. If you would have asked me 3 years ago, or 2 years ago even, 1 year ago even, if I thought it could get down that low, I would have said no.
Yeah, a 26 is to see a 26 at the start of any time on 8% is wild. Regardless of it being like literally on the borderline, it's crazy. Like, no question.
And if you want our determination for gold runners besides just world records and placements, right? I think the real big thing is a perfect example with Soda. You can slot him in anywhere. And that's the thing. Is like you can slot Soda in anywhere, and he can basically machine precision his way through it, right? I mean, dude, we could slot him in right now. You could tell him to go do a certain skip right now. He could do it, no questions asked, right? So I think that that's what makes Soda. I think Soda on this board right now is the most flexible runner in this entire category. Like, just Soda, you put him anywhere, he's got it, right? And honestly, he is the fastest, right? He's the fastest out of all of us. So I can't overglaze him for that, but he deserves his praise, right? I mean, dude, you want to talk about Sap? I mean, what is there that I feel like I'll overglaze if I talk about Sap?
Yeah. Listen, Sap, the current living legend of PlayStation hardware, recently just came in, swept the leaderboard, and said, "Yeah, that'll do." Someone who's run not very long at all, but has put in a tremendous amount of effort to get good at this game, and is rightly so ranked among the rest of the gold players as the current world record holder of any percent hardware. And like I said, the rest of the hardware categories as well.
Not only that, 28 minutes on hardware.
Yeah, it's
28 minutes.
It's very, very exciting to see that hardware time be dropped down to the 28 minutes. 27, he wants to be the first to hit 27. I'm hoping to maybe contest him on that. We'll see if that does come true. But yeah, as Sap, as someone who's come in with a very short amount of time in comparison to some other runner, well, especially like in comparison to the other three runners here in gold, Sap is definitely the person who has been here the least amount of time, but has perhaps shown a greater amount. Well, I don't know, actually. I couldn't tell for certain if that is true, but he's shown definitely a very, very quick amount of improvement and progress to the point now where he sits king of the hardware leaderboard.
Yeah, I mean, Sap with the full sweep, like it's one of those things where a full sweep of the leaderboard hasn't been done in 2.5 years, right? For hardware,
Hmm.
and him being able to come in, systematically learn every run, and just basically grind his way, pause, into just being able to like sweep the leaderboard and be uncontested. It's not even close, right? Like his times are insane. And
It's got close.
breaking into the 28 don't the breaking into the 28-minute barrier on hardware, being the first to hit the 28 is a monumental achievement that I don't think no one can take that away from him, right?
Oh, absolutely
Like
not.
it is, and him grinding for that 27 is huge, right? So he has pushed the community forward and like has made a lot of the hardware runners, me included, feel way more consistent whenever it comes to like just having to hit specific things now. So he's very systematic, very precise. And Sap is also another person who is very not confident in himself, but also you can slot him in anywhere, right? There's a reason that his emulator times a 29 and his hardware times a 28, right? Like he is a consistent runner. So
Yeah, very excited to see his performance. Again, who's going to pick him up? Where is he going to slot in? I don't know, but like you say, I think he could slot in into any of those segments and do absolutely legendary things.
I mean,
So
it's another first pick potential, right?
yeah,
Like having Sap on your team is not like that's the thing, is everyone in gold's the same way, but like honestly, Sap is one of the bigger picks here,
yeah.
right?
And
Um,
to add on to that, I know that he's competitive and I know he will want to show his stuff. So you know if you're getting Sap, you've got someone who's going to be putting in the time and the effort to make sure that the segment that he performs, it's going to be flawless as possible.
exactly. I guess I'll talk about you then. So I mean, or we can save the best for last, and then you can talk about me first. What do you want to do?
No, go ahead. Go on. I think
All right.
let's do me.
Look, so I guess it's full glaze time, but yeah, so Spyron probably considered like the current PlayStation GOAT, right? Even though Sap holds all the world records for hardware and everything like that, and Soda holds the 80% world record. There's just something to say about Spyron being able to consistently run this game, not get tilted as much as everyone else in this community, right? Being able to constantly show why he is where he is placement wise, and also being one of the first people to break the 29 barrier on hardware, right?
That
Like
was great. I think I was the first. Yeah, I think that.
you were, yeah,
Yeah, I saw. I at least have
you
that
were,
over subtly. This
you
is
have
true.
the 29 on hardware, and then you were one of the first to break into the 28s on emulator as well, right? So the thing is with Spyron is that he shows up whenever you need him to, and on top of that, besides all of the events that he's ran in, and the prestigious awards, getting world records on stage, bro, like come on,
Come on.
come on, talk about it, like getting world records on stage and being that person, right? It's kind of like, yeah, there's a reason that we kind of all glaze Spyron a little bit, is because he always shows up. And I don't think same thing with Spyron. He's competitive. He doesn't show it, but he is very competitive. He'll show it by taking a world record from you without telling you. And basically, like he's just one of those guys that, like, if you have him on your team, you have a consistent player, and he's going to show out wherever you put him. So yeah, my analysis.
Yeah, there we go. I guess to speak a little on me. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
very excited. Yeah, I'm very excited to be competing in this. As I said, I'm quietly competitive, I guess, in that sense. Yeah, where I'm not like the most like active and or like aggressive in terms of like outwardly showing, but inwardly I'm like, hell yeah, I want to like absolutely stomp everyone, of course. So yeah, I'm very excited to be competing in this. I don't know which way, like say, if any of these are going to sway, but especially me, I don't know who's going to want me, who's going to not want me. I don't know if there's any angles there.
Right.
So yeah,
I
very
mean,
excited.
we'll end up talking about it because I'm sure that the first pick is coming, soon. I'm like, I know both of them are ready, right? So if you want to talk about me, I'll
Yeah,
give them. I'll
absolutely.
tell them
Listen,
to get ready.
when we talk about longevity, when we talk about class, when we talk about someone who has put in the time, the effort, and is now comfortably semi-retired, I guess, in some sense. We talk about, of course, the former king of hardware. It is Willy Fetty. Willy Fetty is someone who's been here for a long, long time, has defined in some senses the game, even the speed run, especially if you look at that no skips category. You have to look at Willy Fetty as someone who came in and totally like kind of changed the way potentially that one was run, just because of the skips and the tricks. And he's even doing that still today with that swing. Like that's a like semi-new thing that has almost been kind of like half rediscovered in a sense. So he doesn't stop. The man doesn't stop.
Stopping the bomb as well. I have
stopping
new tech for that.
Oh, well, there we go. Exactly. Yes, you do, actually. You were absolutely correct. So listen, this man doesn't stop. This man will absolutely show up. He will knock you out, and he will carry on grinding. Even when the game has beaten him down and trodden him down, he's not going to let that stop him. And that is why he is in this gold tier as the former king of hardware, the just absolute legend. Listen, what more can there be said about Willy Fetty? Very excited to have you on this roster of golds. Yeah.
I appreciate it. Now I feel like I underplayed your stuff. That's crazy.
Oh, no.
Now I feel like I underplayed your stuff. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And it's weird. It's weird hearing it always, but yeah. I feel like you know, if there's one person who's probably the most competitive out of this list, is me. So I won't. Whoever chooses me, I'm not gonna let y'all down. I'm planning on practicing, and our team ain't losing. So
yeah, exactly. You know you're in safe hands if he's on your team. Absolutely.
Go ahead and let me clutch one cycle Doc Ock. Whoever needs to
put him in that last slot. He'll do it for you.
Put him in that last slot. I'm there. Clutch king, man. But yeah. So I think everyone's kind of ready. I think Jesse's done with his PowerPoint. I think Chuck is ready to go. So
cool.
I don't think we've explained this, but we're doing marbles.
Hell yeah.
Ayo.
So the first thing we've got to do is decide who takes the draft first, who gets that coveted first pick. And the only way appropriately to do so is with a game of marbles on the stream. And so what we're going to do is we're going to turn up the Marvel vs. Capcom music, and we're going to like level select music. We're going to take you for a ride down these marble slides. Hell yeah, absolutely. Let me get that on actually playing, and let me just make sure that this is all showing nicely and comes through on stream. Bear with me as I add in. There we're going.
But while he's doing that, I'll explain this as well. We are going to give them a buffer between each pick, right? We're gonna drag whoever's here. We're gonna drag them into. We're gonna drag each person into their Discord team. So there's Team Jesse, Team Chuck in our Discord. And if you're not in the Discord right now, if you're not in general, don't worry. You can always join your team after you get picked. But we're gonna give them a chance to talk it over with their team, you know, for their next pick. And then, you know, it's going to go back and forth like that. So,
absolutely.
That is where we're going.
Okay, right. Let me get the music ready, because, of course, we have to have this song on loop absolutely for this
God,
one.
I forgot that I had that picture. That's why I sent it to you guys. Like, I forgot I had that picture from when I swept the board forever ago. Like, I forgot about it. Wait, no. That was the. Oh, yeah. When I got the 80% world record for the first time. I think that was that one. I haven't seen that in a while. Yeah. Hey, we're on marbles.
All right. So, I guess first things first. First person to put a number in chat. I need just any number in chat, please. Any number. First person to put a number in chat. And that'll decide which one we're going to do. All right, we've got 3. Perfect. All right, so Gardens of Doom is the race that we're going to do. We'll do... is this easy? Yeah, and then they don't have to join. Bear with me, because I think I can just add them in as bots then, and then they don't have to... We don't have to chance some random person coming in. You want to do
500 Chuck and Jesse's?
No. So I'm gonna limit that down to 2. I just want to custom names. Here we go. I want to add in a stock Jesse here, and then add in a Chuck Nicey here, and then finish that. And if I limit that bots to 2, that should not 32. There we go, 2, and we play this one. That should put them both in.
Nice.
Added multiple of it. You can imagine we have like 10 Fetty wins, 10 Sat wins, and 10 other people. There we go. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's have a quick. We got Scara. I don't know what that refers to. Maybe it's the creator of that. So here's the marbles race that we're going to be performing. Lots of tunnels, lots of pipes, lots of exits and entrances, and it looks like the finish line ends up just down here. So this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to decide on who gets first pick first of all, and there's no control over it. It's just go, basically. And here we are.
Yep. And we're off, dude. I'm on a stream delay. I don't have like it open.
Oh, of course, yeah. Hold on, I can. Let me lock on
No,
to
no, no,
someone.
no, 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 no.
No,
You
sure?
do it. You do it. You're
Okay,
good.
cool.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, so both the competitors, first of all, going down this lovely funnel here. This is always a good start for a map where you go down a funnel.
Where are we leaving it on normal speed, and we're just gonna see how long this takes? Is what we're doing.
Can we speed this up? I actually don't know if we can.
You can speed. You can speed.
There's a
marbles up,
slow-mo
I'm pretty sure.
button. I don't think there's like a fast forward button. Or sprint. Hold on. Maybe if I. Well, let's go through the pipe. Here we go. Let's follow them through. Shift. Shift is a sprint button. No, that doesn't do anything.
Oh,
okay.
okay, then that's fine. We just watched then.
Yeah.
I thought you could speed it up, but we're all good.
Here we go.
Alright, well,
Both competitors,
being
it's neck and neck at the minute. It's pretty much neck and neck. The first kind of obstacle here we go with bumps and whatever else and pins and things is this one. But both competitors make it through safely. Here we go, round and
yeah,
round and round.
you're gonna have to commentate this. I don't got it.
Yeah, hold on. I'm going to follow him through the pipes. Up we go. Jesse flying up through. But Chuck is in the lead currently. Is fallen all the way down. Working his way around. Are we going to get a separation here of our runners? I think we are. We've got Chuck off this way. We've got Jesse off the opposite direction and getting stuck. In fact, he's got to try and get around that speed boost there. Has done now. And in fact, Chuck Nicey has died and has fallen off the map.
Oh,
So
no.
I think that just decided it like instantly. Chuck's.
Did it decide it instantly?
Yeah, Chuck's marble's dead, so I think that's just like that's the end.
Maybe we should have put 20 marbles of their names, but you know it's fine.
That's fine. Well, do you know,
And hey, guess what?
and that's the
Jesse wins, I guess.
them's the break sometimes. And
Hey, Jesse wins, man.
Jesse,
Jesse
by
wins.
virtue of
Chuck.
not going out of bounds, has won the race, and so Jesse's gonna get first pick. Oh my days.
Okay. Oh, Jesse's even saying in
Okay.
chat to run it back.
Run it back. Okay, hold on.
Okay, we
Yeah.
run it back. Run it back on like the let's do the 17th level. Run it back. Put 20 Chuck Niceys and Jesse's, bro. Just put C and J, and we're good.
Perfect. Let me see. Is the one I
That's
want to try and find
crazy.
something with like 0 elimination rate. Here we go.
Sap, I even told him to do multiple of each. He
Yeah.
didn't listen to me. So.
All right, let's do this one. This one's only average. Oh, this one. Average 1 minute and 15 and a 0 elimination rate. So I'm sure that'll be fine. So here we go. We're going to do the 2. It'll
So
be
we're
nice
doing
and quick.
2 marbles
Yeah,
again.
2 marbles, nice
Oh,
and quick.
God.
And this way, no one can fall off. It's literally impossible. It's got a 0% elimination rate. It's impossible.
Okay.
Look,
Okay.
bingo. Okay. They've got to get to the end.
Oh,
it's,
dude,
It's a
bingo?
bingo ball. It's the first one to fall out of the bingo ball. I think it gets to the
Bingo?
end. Here we go. Okay. Perfect. This is apt.
Yo, wait.
Okay.
Dude, Spider-Man bingo again?
Yeah, it never ends. It never ends. Right. Let me just
We
make
can
sure
never
tags
leave
are
bingo.
viewable. View target, variable names, left alt names, marble names, B. Hold on. Let me, oh, there we
You
go.
can
names
tell that
on.
we prepared for this, by the way.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Okay, we're off.
You can tell we prepared.
Here we go.
All right.
So let's have a quick look at the top. How does this work? So they go down. Okay, so they go down pipes. It looks like Chuck has gone down the optimal pipe here and is in the lead.
Optimal.
Optimal. Here he goes.
Dude.
I'm gonna watch these
I
two.
love that you're ignoring chat and me when it's like put more.
Listen, if we put more in, it's gonna last longer. This is gonna be done in a minute. Easy.
Yeah, but it's always the first ball that hits is the.
No, it's not. Not necessarily. Listen, this ball here, the bingo ball, is going to be the great equalizer. Look how like little chance they've got to drop through that. They've got to.
But imagine if there was a whole
holes.
bunch more marbles.
Yeah. Well, listen. Look, they're going through. Here we go. Look, they both enter at the same time. Now this is the competition. Who's going to make it through the bingo ball first? Oh, Jesse stuck through. Jesse stuck through. Chuck is not far behind. Hold on. Where's it teleport now? Oh,
I
but
think to the end, right?
Chuck has got the optimal teleport.
Wait, bingo.
Jesse's stuck. Jesse's stuck in the wrong board. Something's gone wrong. And Chuck wins. Perfect. Perfect. All right. That settles it.
All right.
Listen, that was completely random. Here's Jesse. And that's the best way to do it. Listen, randomness is the best way to do it. And that's just it.
That's
1-1.
1-1, I think.
Rigged.
Bro. Run
Alright.
it back.
Run it back. One more.
Run
Okay.
this exact
One more.
map back. Run it back. Run it back.
Spin the
Exact map.
wheel. Spin the
Yeah,
wheel.
spin the wheel, dude.
Okay,
Run
hold
it
on.
back.
All right. One more.
That's what we
multiple
should have
balls.
done. Is we should have just spin the
Okay.
wheel. It would have been like way easier. and a good
Okay,
callback.
let's try.
No, do the bingo one again.
Do you want to do the bingo one again?
Yeah, do the bingo one again.
Bingo one
dude.
again. Okay, let me
Do the
try
bingo one.
bots. Let me try 20.
Yeah,
And
do
let's-
20, and they need to be C, like C and J.
Does
C
it
and
let
J,
me
C
just
and
double
J.
check? I don't know how it names the bots then. I hope it
Then
just
just
gives
do
them
it.
both the same name like multiple times.
Me too. But hey, it'll be the
It
first
absolutely
one
does
out of.
not do that.
Okay, that doesn't matter. There's a Chuck and a Jesse one. Whichever one lands first is it.
Oh, okay, so it doesn't matter. The other ones are just random there to take up
Yep.
space.
Take up space. Yep. There,
Perfect.
that's
Off we
how
go.
you play marbles.
Perfect,
That's
off
how
we
you
go.
play marbles. Bro.
Okay, we're only paying attention to the winner between Jesse and Chuck's marbles. Everyone else is just there to block.
Yep.
Perfect. All right, I like it. I like it. I like it. Okay.
That's how marbles is supposed to be played.
Listen, at the end of the day, this is just how it is, okay?
True.
And
This one's the decider. We can't really like go from here. This one's the decider. So,
okay.
oh man.
Yeah. All right. So let's have a see. So can we see where are they in amongst all this?
Yeah, look on the right side. So Jesse was in like there's Jesse and Chuck are like going between.
Yeah. Let me see. Oh,
first and
Chuck
ninth.
Nicey, I've just seen him enter. Stop. Jesse just entered now. Right. Let's see who's gonna exit. I can't see if any. Oh, Jesse has just made it through. I can see. Hold on. Jesse, Chuck's
Look
still
at-
stuck inside the bingo ball. He's
Look
made it
at-
out
look
now.
at the right
Right, let's
side.
have a look.
You got it.
Yeah. Let's have a look.
You got the right.
We can see. Oh, there's
Wait,
Jesse.
Did Jesse win?
I see Jesse.
Jesse just
Chuck has
win?
fallen. Hold on. Chuck has
Oh.
made it. We need Jesse to fall down quickly now. Let's see if you can. Jesse. Oh, it's fallen. Okay, look at this. Neck and neck. Look at this. Oh, Chuck takes the angle. Chuck. Oh, Jesse's stuck in. He's come forth. Chuck's in.
Ooh. And
Wow.
that
Now
is
listen.
a Jesse pick.
That was close, okay? That was pretty competitive. That one was good. So I think that's fair. I think we're there.
And that is a Jesse first pick.
That is a Jesse first pick. Excellent. Wow. The joys
And that
that
and that is a
Marbles on
Jesse
stream
first
brings
pick,
to us.
dude.
Wow. Incredible.
All right, let me go ahead and type to Jesse and tell him he got first pick, and he's on the clock.
Okay. Indeed. Now let us cut
First
across
pick.
to
You're on the clock, sir. You're on the clock,
dun, dun,
sir.
dun. Here we go. Right. This is the
We'll
setup.
give him
Team
we'll
selection
give him
begins
1
right
minute.
now.
We'll give him 1 minute. He's on the clock.
Okay.
He needs to type in the chat. Here, I'll tell him type in this chat. Chat your pick. So he's on the clock for a minute. I got the timer going,
Okay.
and
Where's he
so,
typing which chat?
do we-
What do I need to pay attention to? Oh!
so he's typing in.
In the Spider-Run's chat. So that
he's
confirmed.
He's supposed to type in my in Team Jesse chat, but he's just not listening.
That's fine.
Which is
Listen,
crazy.
that's fine. We can do it in the Spider-Run's chat as well, and that is fine. So we have Jesse.
All right.
Our first pick of the day is
Goes to Sap.
Sap. Locked in.
We didn't even get to discuss who we thought was gonna go first.
Yeah.
Sap going
Wow.
first in the draft. That is actually crazy, dude.
Yeah. The new GOAT is Sap coming in and being first pick. I wonder where Jesse sees Sap in his team, but I think a very solid first pick. You know you've got someone, as we mentioned before, someone who's going to put the hours in, put the practice in, has proven himself as one of the best runners on PlayStation right now. Sap, a very, very solid first pick.
Dude, I was typing to Chuck, and we have our next pick.
We have our next pick.
You ready for it?
All right.
Yeah, it is
Reveal.
Soda going second in our
Sotalia.
draft.
Oh, that was that one. Hold on. To keep running selection locked. There we go. Next
Soda
up.
is going second in our thing, which basically you're like, wow, that's a crazy counter.
Wow.
Crazy counter pick to Sap.
The
So
king
now Jesse
of cardware versus the king of emulator. We've got both picks on
True.
opposite ends. I'm very excited to see that.
that is a crazy pick, dude. I'm actually super excited for that pick.
Oh, the music. Hold on.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess this is now Jesse is on the clock as well. But Jesse being on the clock now, I guess we'll look out in chat for who he's gonna pick, right? For who Jesse is gonna
Yeah,
pick.
where does he go next? So we've still got you and me as gold picks left available. Is that where he's going to go?
Right.
We've got Nilo, obviously the sleeper that we've said, who's bordering that gold and only ended up in silver just because of the conditions of any percent.
Right.
But
Right.
we've also got these other sleeper picks of people we've not seen recently.
That's a Nilo pick from
And that is,
Jesse.
wow, and there we go.
There's a reason I'm giving y'all time is to like discuss it with your team, but that is a Nilo pick from Jesse. Taking Nilo off the board. Nilo going third in our draft.
These are some
oh my
solid
god.
teams rounding out so far.
Holy, I got the next one. Spyron going to Spyron. You are going to Mr. Chuck's team.
Whoa, let's go.
Congratulations.
Let's go. Okay.
Chuck is selecting Spyron as the counter pick here, which basically is just, hey, GG's.
Listen,
Hey, good pick, good pick, good
solid
pick.
choice. Totally aspiring on the same team. It's a pretty good day to be a team Chuck Nicey person.
Yeah, I mean that's an insane pick from Chuck. Chuck's team getting both of probably some of the most solid runners, and then Nilo being that sleeper pick coming in, right? Like Nilo's on that sleeper pick. I mean, Jesse is on the clock now, and that is me going to Jesse's team. Something I expected from the beginning, probably, and a lot of people
and the student reunited once again.
So I am your counter pick, Spyron, and hey, it is what it is. Oh, absolutely. Chuck coming in hot with Fiesel.
Going to Chuck. The early lock-in. Perfect.
The early lock-in for Fiesel. So Fiesel is going over there. And yeah, that's
now this will be interesting. I wonder, Dapper Fishman, friend of Sap, personal friend of Sap, will he end up on Sap's team? Yeah, will he end up on Sap's team?
That's what I'm saying. Is like if we get the friend locks, you know what I mean? Like
we have actually so far. So will Jesse keep it consistent? And he will.
And that is he will. That is the friend locks. Both of them, like everyone running with their friends.
Now what's Chuck gonna pick in response here? I wonder.
Yeah, I wonder what Chuck is gonna pick in response here. But that means Bolt is going to team Chuck on a I would pull Bolt in. I don't know if Bolt's listening, but Bolt is going to team Chuck, and those are your teams, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
Is basically dude. Chuck picked Zoe. But yeah. So these are your teams. Before we get into the surprise here, that I'm gonna throw in at the end.
What?
Yeah, there's two surprises. But what are you thinking of these teams? What are your first impressions? Go ahead and hit this first impression.
I am very excited. Honestly, these teams both go pretty crazy. I'm not gonna lie. There is so much potential for matchups where we see like the same segments being completely on opposite sides. Like where they're gonna match up. Like, are we gonna see a Spyron versus a Sap in the same segment? Are we gonna see a Fetty versus Sourcelier? That rivalry play off maybe in the races. Where's everyone gonna place off? The teams in general are just so solid from both sides.
They really are.
Oh, it's anyone's game. I'm so excited. This is crazy.
I think this is the fairest the draft could have went, and but not even the fairest. This is like both of these teams are stacked, dude. It's kind of crazy. Like, shout out to Nilo though. I appreciate Nilo being on my team, dude. Shout out to Nilo. I never get to run anything with Nilo, so I'm excited. But yeah, these are crazy. I mean, we can kind of like, chat, you guys can guess where you think everyone's going to get placed and stuff like that.
I want to put a poll. This might be biased because obviously a lot of our competitors are in
who's going to win the team?
I want to do a poll to see like where people's initial thoughts lie. Who's winning?
Yeah,
let's get
who's
a poll
winning
in chat.
on this. I would put all my money on myself, bro. If I'm betting on myself, I'm completely tripling down. Maybe that's where we are. But while we do this, I am gonna say this. I don't know if any of them are still listening, right? I don't know if any of them are still listening, but I will give each team about 5 minutes to discuss with each other if they want to trade.
A trade?
A trade. So you can trade if you want to. So if you want to offer trade deals, you can trade. So like a normal draft. So
I wonder if anyone will yeah, I wonder. That's a really good question. I wonder if these teams that we see now are the ones that our team captains envisioned. I wonder if they got all the picks that they wanted to, and all the picks that they imagined themselves getting.
Exactly.
Maybe there are some room for some trades here. I don't know if
That's
either
the
team
thing.
will
Is
consider
that
it.
if they want to trade, I don't care what's in the trade deal, right? I don't care what you offer in the trade deal. You could offer gift subs. I don't care. But as the commissioner, I'll accept it, right? Oh, we got a 50-50 split. That's crazy on the
Oh,
poll. But if you have the next 5 minutes, teams, to go ahead and discuss your trades. If you want to trade, you can. If you don't want to trade, that's completely up to you. I'm not gonna hold you guys back, right? So you guys can do whatever you want. If you want to offer, let's say Jesse wants to offer Nilo for somebody with 5 gifted, they can. that is up to them. So, because a lot of the trade deadlines come with a cap, on the money. You know what I mean? Like a money
can't be spending
cap.
all that money.
So,
Can't be spending it all. Well. I'm just like in awe of like these teams. I'm so excited. So yeah, we've got a month from this point on now for players to learn, for teams to discuss and come up with strategies, and we'll see them actually race. Everyone actually race then come late September. Very interesting stuff.
I'm excited. Like either way, it doesn't matter if trades happen or not. Like I'm excited for the race in general, right? But yeah, dude, this is gonna be crazy. Regardless of on who everywhere goes. Now that I see like the teams, it doesn't matter who gets traded. I still feel like this is a crazy. You know what I mean? Like these are still crazy games.
Yeah.
Your like the initial thoughts are like these teams are stacked, right? What are where do you think do you think like there's any like already having coordinations, right? You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like
are there already some
where,
like link ups like that we can see
yep,
like straight away?
yeah.
That's a really good
Like
question.
do you have any like initial thoughts of like who's gonna like where would that link be? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Let me bring up
On these initial.
for everyone again the segments just so everyone can visibly see again
Right.
where there we go, the segments lie. So where I initially where would we slot people in? Yeah, and where would there be some interesting bits? Obviously the sewer entrance to Lizard Maze is kind of a mix of quite like chill, obviously all the riding the subway and everything else, but then to get to Lizard Maze and finish Lizard Maze, everything obviously past the subway is quite dangerous. So I think realistically that's going to be quite an interesting segment, because you want someone there who's quite solid, who can start that skip segment off from subway onwards quite good, and you want that to be a solid start. You don't want any initial skips.
The scary one
missed.
is Venom 2 to Mysterio.
That is
That
heavy.
is
Yeah.
that is
That
skip heavy,
you've
skid
got to
ridden,
run.
and also boss fights.
Yeah,
Both
you've
of
got
the
to run the
hardest boss
bugle.
fights in the game.
You've got to run the entire bugle, which is an interesting segment. Yeah, full of skips, ones that we all love, ones that we all hate. It's yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. So you're also going to want someone solid there at skips. So I wonder if our gold players potentially end up in the two skip heavy segments of Sewer Entrance Lizard Maze and Venom 2
And
Mysterio.
that's the crazy thing about my team is that Nilo being in silver, Nilo can also
There's
hit
an
that.
angle. Yeah, there's an angle.
Yep. Yeah, Warehouse and Monster Rock is pretty insane too. Hitting Warehouse, going through lasers, and
Yeah,
then skipping
that's
the
a lot of
fog,
pressure.
then one cycle, then Monster Rock.
The Waterhouse being the first segment that someone has to complete there, literally like, right, tag you in, you're going, you've got to do that warehouse jump first try, or it might be GG. That's literally where you start off. That is heavy. Like, that's a lot of pressure for someone to deal with.
For me, I know Jesse probably wants to put me early, but for me, like if I hit one cycle Ock, I have the fastest Monster Rock. It's like I'm not really pressured on that. It's like I'm not really pressured on that. It's like you could really bank on someone who can't hit one part hitting that part and going for, because what if it comes down to a race to Monster Rock, right? Or like
I'd love to see that.
Yeah, because like I don't want to be put early because some of the early skips I don't even do, like Flying Spider or Teleparker, right? Like Teleparker is a huge one for police chase, right? The police chase segments.
Yeah,
it's
gotta
like
nail that
Sap. For me, it's like Sap needs to be put where Teleparker is, right? Because he's that Teleparker guy. At least looking at my team, right? Looking at your team, it'd be Soda, right?
Yeah,
Doing police.
Wouldn't be me. Definitely would not be me.
Exactly.
You want Teleparker? You don't put me there.
Yeah, I mean, if anything for you, it'd be like I would say like Venom 2 through Mysterio is you, like just in general, right? Like I think
I
that
think that's
that's
a pretty
like
solid,
where
a solid section. Yeah.
because you have that huge stopping the presses skip that you can do,
Yeah, this is true.
or
Where there's an
yeah, like
advantage
the
there that
presses skip,
lies
yeah,
there. This is very true.
yeah, like
Lizard
you
maze.
have
You want to
that.
stick me in lizard maze? Obviously, my lizard maze quite fast as well. Pretty good there.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
obviously right
so
at the
but
end.
that's the thing is like Soda can also train Fiesel on that too, right?
This is
So
it.
it's like,
This is the interesting angle as well. Is now that we know the teams, like, do we get training arcs of like someone who's particularly good at a section training someone else to be good at that section so they can be shifted off somewhere else? Like, oh, there's lots of angles, yeah, and the
that's what
teacher
I was
angles as
hoping.
well. Yeah,
That's what I'm hoping is that like coordination with captains, right? And like figuring out because we can't choose our own. The captains get to choose where we are.
exactly.
So
Captains have
it,
final say.
yep. So I think trade deadline's up. If anyone's listening to stream, go ahead and type wherever you want to type. If you have any kind of trades that you want to do, if there's any kind of weird stuff that you want to do, go ahead and do it now. Tell us if you want to trade. If you don't, you want to keep your teams. No trades from Jesse. Okay, so no, he's not even accepting trade offers. He's confident.
He's throwing up
So,
the X. He says no, thank you.
yep. So no trades, and these are our teams locked in, which is wild.
Wow. Oh, I'm so excited. This is gonna be great. This is gonna be really good.
And don't worry. I guess after commentary, me and you are gonna hop into our team chats and talk. You know, we gotta like talk about it.
Initial discussions. Yeah, we're gonna
yeah,
make
initial
initial plans.
Because I'm sure Jesse has like a whole spreadsheet of where
Yeah,
he's
bro.
gonna
You
put
know he's that
everybody,
PowerPoint's prepped. Yeah, you know he's got
bro,
something going.
he's got a PowerPoint prepped for sure. Chuck says no trades either, so we're kind of rolling.
Beautiful.
But yeah, initial thoughts on this is I think it's gonna be crazy. I think that it depends on what the captains think their specialties are, and you know how their training arcs are gonna go, right? Especially for like Bolt and Dapper. Like Dapper's a great runner, and Bolt is also a good runner, but it's like the training arcs for them as well to see where they're gonna fit in,
Yeah.
and
And
it's
this
gonna
is,
be really really good.
and the other thing also to consider is Dapper does have that 36, which puts him at pretty equal footing with some of our silver players as well. So
Yep.
he already in good stead, I think, with making sure that whatever segment he gets
Hey,
dealt with,
dude, you have
gonna be good.
you and Soda. I wouldn't put that past you guys, right? Like you have you and Soda. It's like the picks here were perfect. Like
Yeah.
on Jesse's end, the picks were perfect. On Chuck's end, the counter picks were perfect. Like these were good picks. So I'm excited for both players. Just like both teams. Like congratulations to the captains, right? And you know, like we're here. So yeah, I mean, I'm cool with the teams. I think nothing. There was no foul play. Marvel sucked at first, but you cleaned it up at the end.
Yeah, good stuff.
And chat, if you guys are with the teams, I'm sure Spyron's gonna post this to YouTube, right? Comment it down below if you're cool, like if you're excited for the teams.
Yeah, are you,
Chat, if you're
are you
excited for the
hashtag Team Chuck or hashtag Team Jesse? Where
Yep.
you
We're gonna have
loyalties
a
lie?
civil
Yeah.
war in the Discord real quick. But also on top of this, right? It is the 25th anniversary of the game. So it's 25 years old. It can legally rent a car, which is crazy,
Oh.
right? At least in the US. I don't know about the EU,
I
but
actually
it can
don't know.
legally
Yeah, I don't know what the ruling is on that, actually.
it can legally rent a car. We're like we are all of like this is a game from our childhood. We love it. It's a quarter century. It's the quarter century anniversary of the game. And we do this is the announcement is almost all of the Spider-Man lines are done for the fan ROM. So everybody bully Spyron and tell him to come in and record his lines for Venom. And if anyone is interested or it has already been cast as a role, hit up Chuck. We need you to come in and record your lines. So you guys are gonna have really easy times because most of the only other person besides Venom who gets the most lines is Black Cat in the game. So Nilo, get ready for that. But other than that, like everybody message Chuck, get a time together, and record your lines so we can get this out by December. I at least want to have the ROMs and the fan dub done by end of October, early November. But you know, we'll see how that goes, right? We'll get the version 0.1 out, and then we'll have the full version out hopefully by Christmas. That's my plan. So that was the announcement on that. And also Web the Record is in October.
Of course. Yeah, gosh. I don't
Web the
know
Record.
how that's going to play yet. I guess I don't think we've really had any kind of initial discussions about how the web record
We
looks
haven't.
this year.
We
So
haven't, but it's always there. It's
yeah, it's
always in
always
October.
there. What the kind of, if there's any kind of special rules or whatever this time round, I don't know. I guess that's still to come. We might, I guess, just open it up again to whoever wants to run. You can run whatever you want. That's what we did last year. So whether or not that'll change, I guess stay tuned to find out. Yeah, very
True.
excited for that as well. Gosh, yeah.
Also, I'm going to be talking to Alara. Alara should be commentating this race, hopefully.
Excellent.
And we're going to have like a full staff for this one. So it's going to be nice. I don't know how me and Spyron are going to, not me and Spyron. I don't know how Spyron's going to figure out POVs, but, you know, other than that.
Gosh, got all that to figure out. Beautiful. Yeah.
Other than that, you know, we're good. Any last words, Spyron, besides happy 25th anniversary?
Yeah, happy 25th. I just know that Team Chuck Nicey is just going to win, so I'm just very excited to cruise through 3-0.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Right, that's crazy, bro. Bro thinks I'm not about to come home from work and practice for a month straight. Just one commentator? No, we want to have two. So if that's Bunta, if that's you offering, then
Listen,
you know.
she could press the buttons as well. She has access to the computer with the buttons. Could be a good angle.
Yeah, so I mean if Bunta and Alara want to you know, if they want to do it. I did want to find someone with, well, yeah, Bunta actually knows a little bit about the game too. So there's that.
Yeah, she has been known to run the game. This is correct.
Yeah, see, Chad agrees. Bunta and Alara, the sickest duo for sure. Like that's it right there.
Perfect. We
But,
got a consideration. Perfect.
Yeah, we got a consideration, which is good. But yeah, that's the draft.
Yeah.
I hope y'all enjoyed it. We did try to make it a little bit longer than it would have than 15 minutes. I hope y'all enjoyed it. And I hope that y'all enjoy the race coming in a month. We will keep y'all posted.
We'll see. I don't know if there'll be any like kind of practice or anything coming kind of that happens on the Spider-Run's channel itself. I guess make sure that you follow and subscribe and whatever else to all the people in the list below, so you can watch their practices and watch their anything that they do online. Probably a good angle. I should have had like a big document prepared where I can just copy and paste all the Twitch streams in. But you've seen that they're in the chat.
Everyone's name here, like yeah, they're in the chat. We'll post them since you're posting this on YouTube. We'll post them in the link in the description. Right?
Exactly.
If you want to follow them.
So make sure, follow them, get it sorted. What's in it for you for commentating? We'll think of something. Maybe you get I don't know. I'm trying to think. Have I got anything I can give you right now?
I can offer her, and we can get 2 interns. I can offer her an internship.
An internship, pretty solid.
Yeah. So that way we have 2 interns, right? Since we're taking on a little bit more of a workload.
Plenty to consider. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Maybe with a job, in the future, you know.
Angle for
Promises of a job in the future.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right. Well, I think that wraps up quite nicely.
Yeah,
We've got the teams selected. Teams are locked in, and practice begins now. We shall see you with the race in a month. Again, best of 5. It's all segmented, as you can see in the middle of your screen there. That is how the runs will play out each and every time. Not necessarily the same runners in each slot every single time. That'll be, I guess, decided on the day when it comes to it based on performance. So we shall see. Very excited to have had everyone here. Thank you so much to everyone who's tuned in live for this on twitch.tv/spiderruns. Make sure if you're watching on YouTube that you come follow and stay tuned for the actual race itself. Otherwise, I've been Spyron. I'm on Team Chuck Nicey.
And I've been Fetty, and I'm on Team Stop Jesse.
And we shall see you very soon. Take care, everyone.
Peace out, guys.